Plot twist, Lila and Diego's baby grows up to adopt the handler.
Ooh. So she'd be our granddaughter?
Wait, but then, the handler adopts Lila.
I wouldn't miss what's coming for the world.
Hello, Vanity Fair. We're the cast of the Umbrella Academy, and we're going to talk about some fan theories. Be warned, there are spoilers ahead. Maybe. We don't know yet. Zach.
And the numbers.
514661129. Sounds like a Terminator.
Zach 5146612.
Yeah, I know him well.
Zach,
Good to see you again. We're going to be seeing double on the main cast, aren't we? The ones who lost their powers and the ones who still have their powers in the new timeline.
That's amazing.
Great storyline.
Time consuming.
Time consuming and double the schedule.
But it would have been very fun.
Why don't you guys hire Zach?
Zach, 514661129, you clever sod. Very good.
Is he saying that there would be two of each of us?
Yeah.
We'd be doppelgangers.
That would have been incredible.
One with powers.
Brilliant idea.
There'd be a lot of timeline psychosis, flatulence in that too.
Technically there would have been multiple, right? Because we've now switched multiple timelines.
Yeah.
So we should be triplets.
Wait, how many versions are there then? There's, because...
One per timeline,
How many times have we
and there's
split
infinite
timelines?
timelines.
And then I meet like a Victor who's like 5'9".
That's so funny.
SSS Sanchez. Allison will become a villain. She crosses the line with her powers again.
Shut your mouth!
Knock off the power shit, Allison. It's not okay.
5 says to Victor in episode 7, a superhero who works alone is a villain. Maybe it's a foreshadowing for Allison. We didn't see her reunite with the rest of the Academy in the end.
Another great storyline that we didn't do.
Employ these right.
We shouldn't be spoiling these.
Allison was a villain in season 3, so I think...
Why was she a villain?
Because she destroyed all of our lives.
Destroyed the universe.
Come on, dude. You didn't see it season 3?
No, I haven't watched it.
That's so cool.
If she becomes the villain, what about Reggie Hargreaves? What happens to him? You know, she just throws him down an elevator shaft or something.
Yeah.
You know, because you're gonna have to get him out of the way for either 5 or Allison to become villains. Or
Once
both.
a villain, always a villain.
True.
Okay, this comes from, did I ask you to read this? I guess you did. I've heard a theory that when Klaus had summoned Luther's ghost, Sloane traded her life for his. Another theory I've heard is that Reginald had replaced Sloane's body with his deceased wife on the moon, which would be a sick storyline if Luther had to go back to retreat her.
I mean, I might use that in these interviews because I've been asked so much what's happened to Sloane, so I might use that as a theory.
Yeah, thank you, did I ask you to read this?
Yeah, thanks. You've given me an out.
Should write for season 5.
Wait, so Sloane became a white woman? Is that what we're saying?
Sloane, exactly. Sloane became an older white
banging Reginald.
Just filling in all the plot holes on our behalf, which is great.
Okay. This is from Nick Venable. I can even take a gigantic leap here by positing the idea that the Hargreaves siblings went back to the year that Umbrella Ben died so that they could possibly reverse or alter the Jennifer incident so that Ben never died because of it.
Never
Nick
died.
Venable.
Enabling an entirely new series of our show. So what is it? So we go back to the time when the Jennifer incident.
So that you guys can save me.
So
I would love
just
that.
stop it in motion.
I mean, that's
Well,
a
we
great
tried
theory.
to do that. We do that.
Well, that's a spoiler now.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, but I warned
we
them.
don't do
I
that.
warned
Who knows
them.
what we do or don't do? Not us.
__ HHSJ. Plot twist, Lila and Diego's baby grows up to adopt the handler.
Now I'd be up for that one because we'd have the handler back and form Kate Walsh.
Paradox.
Wait,
To
so
adopt
the handler?
handler.
So she'd be our granddaughter?
Wait,
but the
whole
lineage of
No, but the handler adopts
We're in the future.
Lila.
Yeah, but then that's...
Yeah.
It's the turn of the
we're playing in
tables.
a different... Yeah.
I think it's just like a what if. I don't think it messes with the timeline.
Oh.
How can the baby exists?
So did we mess up the handler?
Are we
This video is just us trying to work
Well,
this
that
out.
would be like a cycle.
Yeah, exactly. Time is cyclical, isn't it?
I think it would be more interesting if your baby was Reggie.
Any questions?
This comes from simply question mark.
Simply dusty.
Not the words question mark, just the symbol. Don't forget, I'm pretty sure in the season 4 trailer, Reginald said something like, "You children haven't scratched the surface of your potential." So I think this season thank you. This season we're going to see them get way more powerful, especially Klaus.
Does it say that?
It actually says that. I thought he added that too.
I'm not giving nothing away, but there's a few of us that get some power boosts. I got power boosts in Series 3, though. I think I got more power boosts in Series 3 than Series 4. Because remember, I could float and all by the end of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever got a power boost.
You're always just
you became
getting shot at.
just kinda
You're
there.
getting shot
Getting
at.
shot.
No,
You're a sandbag.
Those bullets.
Yeah.
I'm a walking
bullets like
sandbag.
that before? Because you block a lot of bullets.
Yeah, there's the moment in season 2 when you see me take a rocket to the back
yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
In that fight that never happens
Right.
in reality.
Oh, and you jump over like a skyscraper.
I'm really agile.
Yeah, you're
all
really
of a sudden.
agile in season 2.
And then in season 4, yes, then we might take some bullets.
Yeah. I'll let you
That stings my ass.
Okay, I was watching a TikTok, it's always a good start, of Umbrella Academy theories, and one of them was this. Holy shit, Sloane is Abigail. Ba-dum-ba-dum.
They really look alike.
Sloan is Abigail.
What? They do not look
They
like
look alike. Look at this.
There's a resemblance.
Are you kidding me?
The same
Look
eye
at that.
color. It's uncanny.
You don't look like.
You want it?
They're lit
Watch.
very similar.
Look at them. They got the same upper lip. They look alike.
Yeah.
Look. I just passed it.
Avenger Girl 99. Sloane betrays Luther and the Umbrellas. When the Umbrellas emerge from the Hotel Oblivion and arrive in the new reality, some notable people are missing. Allison, Reginald, and Sloane. Both Reginald and Allison are revealed to be living their dream lives, but Sloane isn't shown with the others or anywhere else. It's possible that Sloane was secretly working with Reginald to unite the families by getting Luther laid and to fall in love with her.
That would be so sad for Luther.
That's very
Everything was a lie.
Brutal.
Very Game of Thronesy.
If Genesis was playing that and me not knowing, she was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
Yeah.
Was it David Cross playing Sloan?
David Cross and Sloane.
That's a good theory.
I wonder why he was giving me eyes.
This is from Galaxy_Moon707. My friend and I have a theory that 5 is going to die in season 4. The apocalypse is following him rather than Victor or anyone else. In season 2, his siblings have been living there for years, but the apocalypse only happened once 5 appeared. The theory is in season 4, he realizes that, and he knows that the only way to save his family is that he dies.
5 is not that heroic, not by far.
The sacrificial lamb, is that true?
Sacrificial
Aidan?
lamb.
Braveheart.
Seems to be addicted to stopping apocalypses, therefore creating them as well, so he can stop them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like 5's the kind of guy who's like, I'm just not into drama. And that's like exactly what 5 is like thrives on. Yeah. You know, okay, we gotta, all right, everybody get comfortable. Is Abigail Hargreaves the real big bad? In season 1, the handler says that the Time Commission's job is to ensure the correct timeline takes place in spite of free will. This always struck me as odd because in a universe with free will, why do they get to decide which timeline is correct? We know that the apocalypse is one of the things that the Time Commission considers part of the correct timeline. We also now know that Reginald's plan for saving the world wasn't so much preventing the apocalypse, but remaking the world into one where Abigail Hargreaves is still alive. I think the Time Commission being so adamant that the apocalypse happens isn't so much to wipe out humanity, but to ensure Abigail stays dead. Evidence is that Reginald hid Abigail on the moon and later had Luther guard her. Hiding someone on the moon seems a bit extreme. So he clearly thinks that someone out there wants to disrupt his plans to bring her back. I might be reaching, but it seems that Future 5 and a load of others would rather have an apocalypse than live in a world where Abigail Hargreaves, which makes me wonder just how bad she could possibly be.
Shirky, if you're looking for a job, mate, you can be my head writer.
We've given out a lot of jobs.
Or if you're a media makes
Very
yes,
good.
this thing. That's
You'll be-
really good, Shirky.
You'll be paid in
Really good.
hugs and twiglets. Not money.
When you think of like, this is the season where Abigail's been the most there, and then what happens,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a decent theory
It's
to
a
think
very good
it
theory.
might
It's very good.
be a preventative measure that they
Yeah.
were
Absolutely.
going for.
So gather round, piggies, and kiss this goodbye. I'd encourage your smiles. I expect you all cry. So the world's ending again, huh? God, that's tragic.
We liked Shirky, didn't we?
You're gonna make the first interview, Shirky.
Yeah, Shirky's very good. I like that kid at the beginning as well, Zach.
Oh yeah.
51466129.
Oh yeah.
I
was
liked
very good.
the Lila Diego's baby adopts the handler one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was.
Yeah, that was
that
excellent.
spun
The
us
seeing
out a bit.
double of each of us was very good.
Oh, that one, the doubles.
Yeah, the doubles was great. So we've got at least 3 new writers on the show.
On the show
So-
that's over.
That's over, so well done. You're not employed, but you have potential.
Got great writing ability, but terrible timing.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're a little
Just
too
got a
late.
job on the show.